because if you don't know where you are right now, it's going to be really hard to get there. Hang on. What number are we? 264. 264. 264 number. Page number 264. Yeah. So 264 is the page number. So we're going to talk about this $1 million business secret, how to get there. But before I get started on that, I want to have something going forward kind of stuff, right? We talk about it. Number one thing is I'm going to move or remove or go away from Slack. We're not going to use Slack. I tried it. It does not work properly. So I'm going to remove that, right? So our only and best method is going to be Facebook group, right? The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename the Facebook group, if you permit. All of you collectively say that to me. I'm just going to do experts community. Yeah? Not blockchain expert community. I removed the blockchain word because it's for everybody. Does it make sense? Right? Why limit it to one place? Then everybody else feels that they shouldn't be there. Yeah? Yeah, sure. Because the rules of the game are the same, right? Helping people find their mountain and help them claim it. Whatever mountain you choose. Why would I choose just one mountain? Is it okay? Yeah. Cool. I'm going to change that based on our all collectively doing all that together. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to collectively start putting stuff on Facebook. All these comments, all these information, all this, we need to start doing it on Facebook because we need daily action things on Facebook. Whatever you wrote down, that's your daily action. You want to say somebody, it's a safe place. You need to tell people there, yes, I've done it, or no, I haven't done it, I'm stuck, I'm lost. You need to be, most of the time, you hear, what are you doing? And observe, sorry, what are you doing? Not participating in it. In this space, I want you now to participate in the game. Because don't just stand outside and watch people swim and think that you're going to learn how to swim. You need to jump into the pool. Yeah, start contributing, start asking questions, start telling advice people. People have questions, let them know what the answer is. Right? Start contributing, start bouncing here and there. If you're stuck somewhere, you don't know where to go, ask. That's the place. Ask. Right? Slack is going to be shut down, Facebook group is going to be there. I'm going to rename the Facebook group. Competition is there. When you get your first client, put emoji, put some dancing, your dancing photo, whatever you want to do, craziness, put it there. When you get to six-figure income, hang on, let's do it the other way around. I said six-figure income, but when you get to your first $10,000 as well, business 10,000, not this, business $10,000, I want to have a catch up as well. Because you're in Melbourne, let's catch up. Right? Before you get to 100,000, you need to get to 10,000. Yeah. Right? So I want to come, let's catch up, I'll buy you dinner or lunch, whatever we do. I'll buy it for you. Right? Let's do it. I want you to take that step. Come with me and we go have a lunch or dinner together somewhere. Whoever it's going to be, make $10,000. Right? We want to celebrate. We do something. We do something. Right? We'll talk about the next step. Now how to get to 10,000 or 100,000. So let's do that. Cool? Yep. Yeah. So that's a competition. Two things we need. One, dancing or whatever you want to put it. And when you get a client, the second is get to 10,000 as quickly as possible. I truly believe in next 2 months, you'll be able to make 10,000 very easily. Very easy. Right? It's 10,000 is nothing. It's peanuts. You've made millions before, like working for other clients. You have helped them make millions. Why can't you do it for yourself? Yeah? You help the other people. Why can't you do it for yourself? Experts Partnership Program. If any of you from a business side, you are in that level, then come and talk to me. The 90-day program. That's a 90-day program. At the moment, I haven't put any date. So I'm not saying I'm going to kick people out from this space after 90 days. You're still here. But let me say one more thing. You probably guys know that this is my first time starting this, right? And really appreciate your time coming here and doing it with me. First of all, and most important thing, when somebody pays somebody to do something, that's the most trust people give to that people. So I'm really truly humbled in that space that you have trusted me. You didn't know me. Some of you guys had no idea who the hell I am, but you still gave me your money. You still gave me your time. For the sake of that thing, because you trusted me for the first time, I'm going to allow you guys to come back into this 3-day event again at no cost. Cool? You guys can come back. If I do it in October, come back again and refresh your memory at no cost to you. Right? Come back again, do it again, and learn again. Would that be good?
Yeah.
Right? Just for trusting me. Cool? And I'm going to be doing this again and again every couple of months. This is going to be about 6 times per annum. It's going to be happening. Right? So that's what's going to be. Any questions on this? Good? Cool. That's good. Let's quickly look at this. All right, very quickly look at this. So we want to create $1 million business. Remember what I said? You are here, you need to go there, which is $1 million business owner. Every stage there are steps. There are steps to get it. There are steps. And these are the steps to get to million. Now we're talking about $1 million business ideas, right? The first and the foremost important, some of you guys in this space, like Alka just discovered, she's a seeker now. She's now looking for business ideas. Because before she was trying, didn't work, didn't fit in what she was doing. So she became seeker. Some of you guys are seeker right now. Right? What do I do? It's seeker now, right? What does seeker do? How do I stop pressure and the noise? That's people. Seekers, what happens is you are seeking something, but you don't know what you're seeking. You are in that mindset that you want something, but you don't know what you want. The biggest problem is there is noise happening in their head all the time that you should do something. You should do something. There's something need to be done. You should do something. What they do, and that's where the most of the issues are, they always dabble. How do you find it's a seeker? Seeker do this for a few months, then they do this for a few months, then they do this for a few months. They don't know what they need to do, but they dabble from one place to the other place to the other place. They always dabble. They're not at one place. And the biggest question they're asking themselves, what I need to do? Who am I? Who the hell I am? What do I need to do? All that sort of stuff is asking the question about their identity, because they believe that the chosen path has to be based on what they like and their passion and their identity. But what did we talk about? The identity. You created it. Yeah? So it does not have to be based on your past. You can create anything. 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 The identity you have given is based on your past experience, comes from what you liked, what you didn't like, based on those experiences. So you can create any identity. So the seeker need to ask that question about identity. Start asking the question, what do you need to do? What identity you need to create to do what you're supposed to be doing? What identity you need to create? What identity? This guy has got a certain identity, but this guy need to have certain identity, right? What identity that need to look like? You need to have that identity, right? Once you have that sorted out, you become an apprentice. You are an apprentice. Some of you guys already said that you want to learn this more. You want in that space. Now you chose that I want to do this path, and you became an apprentice. When I came into this blockchain space, into the business space, I became an apprentice. So the biggest identity crisis happen is when you are self-employed or operator at somebody else's business. You're operating somebody else's business, which is $1 million businesses, right? And you're doing a lot of stuff. And when you're trying to start your own business, you're trying to do the same thing in your business as well. That's where the identity crisis happens. Like, hang on, why not people listening to me? What's going on? The change for that is become an apprentice. The first question people started asking when the people are operating, you guys working for somebody else, you did all that work, now you started to do your own stuff. The question you started on, what the hell wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? What's wrong with me? How do I become an entrepreneur? That's the question you need to ask. If you are a seeker, you need to ask this question. If you are an apprentice, you need to ask this question. Some of you guys are apprentices in this space. Change that question, say, how do I become an entrepreneur? And this is a part-time thing. It is based on a skill at the moment. You don't have that skill. That's it, nothing else. Become an apprentice to get that skill, whatever the skill is required. Once you become an apprentice, that heaviness which you feel disappears. Because you said to your mind that I am an apprentice, how can I become a better entrepreneur? You said to your mind. This mind works in a way, what do you say to that mind? If you say to that mind, what's wrong with me? Tell you 50 things what's wrong with you. You don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this. Right? To tell you everything. When you ask a better question, you get a better answer. Right? How do I become a better entrepreneur? Promoter. Promoter is the guy who promote their business once they've done that. Right? Some of you guys are not at that level, so I'm just going to give very quickly. Promoters started to build a tribe. Right? They started saying, how do I get ahead? That's the question they started to ask. And I became a promoter about a few months ago in this space. My question was, how do I get a tribe? That was previous me if that was asking me. But instead of that, I knew the question. I said, how do I build a community? That was my better question, right? And that's why I'm doing full-time. This is my full-time gig. That's what I do. And I'm building my sales and marketing machines at the moment. That's what I'm promoting, right? That's what I'm focusing on. But on my other business, which I sold last year, I was a leader. Because that was, right? So I had to change. In this business, I had to start from this. Seeker, then became an apprentice, then I became a promoter. Self-employed is exactly the same thing. How do I get further ahead? That's the question they're asking. But the question need to be asked is, how do I make money? Overtime and automated marketing and sales. So what I'm doing here, my biggest thing is going to be, whatever I'm doing, remember what I said? I don't know if you guys remember that. What's my biggest goal? I said, I want to create a machine which, when I turn on the Facebook ads, make everything automated. I know that many people are going to come in, that many people are going to go there. Remember I said to few of you? Yeah. That's my goal. That's because of this. Look at the last one. Automate. Sorry, not this one. Automated marketing. This one. Yeah. Because of that. So then after that become operators. So I know some of you guys operator at somebody else's businesses, right? And this is where you started to develop teams, where you have people in the team. How does my team get ahead? That's the question you started to ask. How do I make them get ahead? How do I get leverage? How do I make sure that they get ahead? You work with the teams. Then you do a delegation of times. And that's a delivery systems comes in place. Most of you guys work at this space. You work at this space. But this is the hardest bit for you. This, and this. Because you haven't done it for yourself. Everything was done on your behalf by somebody else long time ago. That's where the challenge is. Because you are at here, your identity, when you go into this space, seeker or apprentice, does not allow you. That's where the challenge is. That's why you don't like it. Because you're here. You are an operator at somebody else's business.
You put the operator with us.
Yeah. Yeah. So in your business, you need to start from this. You need to start from seeker. Once you sort out all that, then you become an apprentice in your own business. You can't become an operator from day one in your business. You start from there, tell your unconscious mind this is what you need to do. And you know what your focus needs to be when you're there. When you get to the next level, you know what your focus needs to be. So the biggest thing is the focus and asking the right question. You change the focus. Self-employed and operator and leader is same thing, just helping other people.
What is leverage? refer to?
Means that you're not doing everything by yourself. You're not working in the business. You have other people to do the work for you. You leverage time. So you're not doing the work, other people doing for you as well. I don't talk about much of this. Leader is, it's a transformational leadership. Owner is exactly the same thing, is everything. Culture to recruiting to team development. Then investor is all the rich people, the big people are investors. They invest in other people's scale and expand the empires. So I won't talk much about it. This is where the entrepreneur gets in at the end. We think we all are entrepreneurs. We think, right? We think. But this is the journey for the entrepreneur. Maximize. People say to me that I'm working on my legacy, and I said the same thing. I did it early on that I want to work on my legacy. You can't work on legacy today. I can't, because you need to go through the steps. That's when you start to work on legacy, right? There's a bit of time, there's a bit of steps. So this is how it looks like. Seeker and apprentice, you can do part-time. Okay, start the work and read skills and stuff. Then when you become a promoter, you're doing this full-time. This is your full-time gig. You start it as a full-time. Then you move to self-employed, then started leveraging time, then buying time after that. Then it's a legacy time. Buying time means, can somebody tell me what's the difference between leverage time and buying time?
Buying time exchange time for money.
Buying time is exactly what I try to do is free your time to do others.
Yeah.
Pay someone to make sure that your business is sustainable and running.
Yes.
And all of that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you buy time, buy back. You hire somebody to do the work, you buy back your time.
Like your uncle.
Yeah.
See, you get the CEO to do the job.
Yeah.
While he's
Yeah.
the lights on.
True. Right? So this is how I didn't go much in detail, because you need to understand the first two steps really well, seeker and apprentice. Once you understand that, then you have a bit of more understanding where you're at today.
Yeah.
But these are the steps you need to do to create $1 million business. Right? You're not going to creating $1 million business from day one. Right? Start from that. Once you start from that, look at this. Now I want to do quickly this, and we have one more thing to do before we leave, is X factor and this thing. So I don't want to do X factor yet. You know the X factor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all need to have an X factor in the business. But what I want to do is this. I had the last thing, and as somebody said to me, and I really like this, I want to share this with you guys. Okay, let's do this. Oh gee, this is good. Ooh. Oh, we said this, guys, we need to do this. I completely forgot. This was my last bit. So we talked about MVP yesterday, right? Minimal viable product. Well, we need minimal viable delivery system as well. You want to deliver stuff. Once you have stuff, you acquired clients, you need to start delivering it as well. And I've seen it again and again. Most people are making mistakes when they acquired the clients. We showed this picture yesterday as well. What it means is, these are the flowers where people think I need to give more. You don't need to give more, you just need to do better things, right? Less is more as well. So most people think more is better. Product and services need to solve all their problems. Focus is disordered by the client. Adding more things to your offer creates a problem but does not help your client. Don't add more offers to the client, right? So let's look at this. Their present situation, their desired future, expert consultant help them to get to their desired. We know that. What is this? The service delivery method is keep the main thing the main thing. We all get confused with so many other stuff. Every step I showed you in the blockchain delivery earlier this morning, that has a main thing. So you need to keep the main thing to the main thing. Don't try to do most of the stuff for them. So this is the exercise I usually do. It is called current situation, desired, what is the main blocker, problem, feature, and benefits. What are you offering? So because we want to design that, right? So by looking at this, let's quickly have a look. How tired are you guys? Not good? Are you good? Okay. So this is what the client expectation, this is what we're trying to do. The reason we have this collision is, the reason we have an accident is because somebody is not following the rules. That's what happened with us in a business world. The reason we have fights, misunderstanding, or people don't like you or like them, all that sort of stuff happens because of no rules. Right? You don't have rules. If everybody drive the way they want to drive on the road, what's going to happen? This. Right? That's what's going to happen. So now you need to look at it. If your client is not happy with you today for any reason, means that you haven't set the rules. Client issues. No upfront expectation with the client. There's no upfront work done. No agreement, no idea who's doing what, don't know how to say no, feel bad asking for money. Still look at the task and how many hours it will take to complete. That's the biggest issue. You still look at the task and say how many hours it's going to take to complete. Number one is the most important one, no upfront expectation with the client. You will have issues, so set standards to begin with. If you don't set standards, there's going to be issues. Given. You need to set standards. You need to do something. So let's look at it. Client issues come from when there is no agreement or expectation. Haven't been set from the beginning, right? When you don't have an expectation, this is my observation while looking and speaking to a lot of people. When you don't set clear upfront expectation, there will always be trouble. Without expectation, everyone push their boundaries. What happened with the kids? They always push boundaries, right? When you set expectation, this is what it is. You're going to bed at 8 p.m. There's no argument. I told you 8 p.m. is the time. It's 8 p.m. Let's go to bed. They listen. But if you don't set any expectation, they'll try their best. And your clients are the same. They do their best. If they do something, you can say that we already told you this is how we do it. Didn't I set expectation just then? We did set the expectation, right? So tomorrow you say, Jack, Slack doesn't work. I told you, remember? That's what I'm going to say. So you need to set expectation with your client as well. What makes a good agreement? You need to have an agreement first. Short and simple, no legal jargon. No legal jargon. Clearly outlining the service, clearly defining the cost and the payment terms. One client, what happened was, in the space, remember what I said to you guys? I want you guys to treat yourself, you are in education field. Yeah? And I started treating myself in education field as well. And I come from consulting background, working for companies, right? Have you ever noticed that? And I was blown away when I sort of noticed this thing. And I was like, phew, why didn't I notice that before? And why I have been trying to stay in consulting world, in these companies world. So what happens in the standard environment? When you go to university, when you go to any TAFE, when you buy any course, when do you give the money?
Straight away. Before they actually give it to you. Yeah.
When you paid for this course? Before I deliver the service. What happens in the consulting world?
The invoice after the service.
So, if you're running the business, what would you like?
First option.
First option, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So change your business model to model. I was like, what? Why nobody told me this? Nobody teaches that. Right? Yeah.
I'm doing like monthly payment, charging monthly, but 15 months in arrears and 15 days arrears, 15 days ahead.
I blown away by the guy, and I said to him, and I said, here's my code, here's my invoice, pay my invoice before I turn up. And he said, sorry, it's going to take us for a week to, do all sorted out. And I said, that's fine, I have plenty of time, let's catch up next week. Let's set up in next week. And they paid me straight away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right? So you want to get paid before you deliver the service. But if your agreement says that this is what it's going to be, pay in advance every month, every month, every month. Pay in advance. Pay in advance. When it's an agreement, that's it. That's the way we work, guys. Right?
They want your services.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, clearly outlining what you need from the client, clearly outlining how your client should communicate, exactly telling you can communicate by this, by emails, by not, all that. Intellectual property information, if you have any. Limited liability insurance, I want all you guys to take on, please. You need to take limited liability insurance from public liability insurance if you're going to work for somebody else. You all know that.
What's the, how much, 10 mil?
It's about 10 million standard,
Yeah.
but if you're working for a corporate, it's 20 million.
Okay.
So if your clients are corporates like Telstra's, IBM's, then it's 20 mil. But if your clients are small to medium, 10 mils. Right? Just remember that. Clearly advise how you handle disputes. This is one of the biggest things. You need to clearly say if there is any dispute in any case, how you're going to handle that. What are the terms and conditions. Did Sophie send it to you?
Mm.
Did it clearly
Yeah.
clearly say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So clearly says how you handle the disputes. Right? Clearly saying, right? You know what's happened, right?
And that was just plain and simple.
Plain and simple, right? You need to clearly tell the client how the dispute's going to be handled. This is how it is, right? This is how we work. Show demo. Let me show you the demo. All right, where it is? I need to find it. Let me find it. Not this, not this, not this. Where's that gone? Events, resources. Alrighty. Oh, let me find it. Crypto resources. Alright. See the when supposed to find it. Not looking for events. Workshop. There you go. Found it. Alrighty. So I'll send you guys this anyway, part of this, but I'll just show you guys how it looks like. I can actually show you mine as well. Where's that gone? Give me a second, guys. You remember the agreement you guys signed when you came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of them. And
Can you email us a sample
yeah,
contract?
absolutely.
I
I'll
think
send you the
that'd
sample.
Probably be easier for
Yeah.
us to go through. and develop
So
our own.
what I did is I actually created a contract for you guys.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'll give it to you. The only thing you need is fill the blanks.
Yeah.
Fill your blanks, right? I wanted to show you, but that's okay. I'll send it to you.
Alright, just send it to us.
So you can just fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
See if I can find it here as well. All right, this is what it is. All right, I got it. Let's look at this. So this is what it is, right? This is people who come into my workshops and stuff, right? Number one thing is clearly telling how to cancel and transfer and terminate, right? This is exactly warranting and all that sort of stuff, right? But this is not for consulting. This is for education. You guys can copy all this if you want to do the education as well, right? But also got the consulting one, which I'll send it to you guys. Yeah, so you know exactly what it is. Where did it go on? Hang on. How to execute this? No emails, please. You want to make your client's life easy once they sign the contract, once they want to sign the contract. That process should be easier, not difficult. So getting you should be difficult, but the process to get you after that should be easier. So if you send them an email saying, this is a contract, please sign that, come back to me. How much pain in the backside for them to find a printer, do print, sign, all that crap, right? Would you find it sucking thing, right? Use this service called HelloSign or DocSign. More professional, less hassle. Use their service. I think HelloSign is free for first 4 or 5 documents per month. So you pretty much, that's what all you need, right? So use HelloSign. Send them your contracts using HelloSign by email in that space, but goes by this. So they can sign it and send it back through this as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah? No emailing them the PDF file to telling them to sign it and get back. That's a bloody pain in the backside. I don't want anybody to do it to me. Very slow. You want the quick.
I normally go on the client site to get them to sign it and explain the clauses.
One of the biggest things, this is a very good point. Very, very, very good point. Let's look at the example. I'm coming to you and I'm saying you're my client, and I'm coming to you and I'm saying this is a contract. You want to sign this, and this is a clause, this is all that, and sign it and give it back to me, and I'm sending here. Now, if I'm the guy whose frame is bigger than mine, this guy's, because he's giving me money, right?
Yeah.
His frame is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I don't have a frame there. Does it make sense?
Because I've been doing that.
You lose the frame.
But every time I do that, I haven't had one turn down the contract they all signed.
No. I'm not talking about contract turned down. You probably have built the report and all that before that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about frame control.
So later on, they become the bigger person.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Don't have any sort of space where your client controls the frame. You need to control the frame. Any discussion and anything happens, you control the frame, so they do it. I don't even get involved in the money. I get Sophie to send the money and send all that. Right? The reason for that is because when people speak to somebody else, they do what they tell them to do. Sign the contract, transfer the money, pay the invoice, done.
Someone else will be doing all the invoicing. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I should
Or send by Xero, or send by any accounting
I
things.
use online invoice.
Yeah, online invoice, but you email them the invoice and say click this by pay by credit card before we get started. Like, you don't manually or physically do it over the phone or do it all that, because the moment you ask for money, the person who pays the money controls the frame.
Oh, right.
The person who pays the money controls the frame.
So what, you're not there, but someone else from your organization is going to ring them.
No.
Is that what you mean?
No, not physically do it. Not physically do it, not do it over the phone, send them online.
Online.
Paid by this date, this is what it is. Before you do it, everything is online. Documents, contract, everything is online. Don't get involved into this, because what happens is when they pay the money, they think they're the boss. Right? The ego frame comes back, and then it's really hard to defeat. You can't have that frame collusion at the time, and you can't collapse that frame because you already want their money. Right? So that's where the sort of issue comes in. I don't like it personally, because for me is alpha status is more important.
It wouldn't be an issue because I did run into an issue because I normally talk to business owners, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to sign a contract and say, okay, I'll get my legal team or my blah 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 for them to review it, then this and that,
No,
and
no.
get back to you.
That's not nice. That's not nice at all. So getting the legal team to review it and all that. Sorry, they saying it or you saying it?
They're saying this. So that's my fear.
That's fine.
Because I've been dealing with a lot of people. Because the reason why I go and I do this myself, I want to get the contract signed on the date, and I can bring it.
That's easy to control the frame. When they want other people to bring in, they say, our company's policy is we want to get other people or legal team to review the contract. My answer to that would be, yes, that's fine. Please get it done by next week. Otherwise, we won't be able to get started.
Yeah. So then again, frame control is back to you.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Please get it done by next week. Otherwise, we won't get started. So now again, they need to take some action. Ball is in again their court, not in my court. Yeah, that's the entire reason I want to give them that access that they should do it. If they're taking long, that's fine. I'll go some other people. That's why you need to have more clients like that.
Do you ever follow up?
Follow up about what? About how if they haven't done it. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't. You get someone else to do it.
Or you just automate that in the zero. Do it 2 days before that, 3 days before that, due dates and all that. Automate that.
So it's an automated email
Yeah,
sent,
yeah.
never from you. Is it?
Nah. Automate that. You want to automate that. Mine is always 3 days before the invoice date. Exactly 1 day on the due date. This is due today. You must pay this. This is Jag here. Could you please make sure you pay this by COB today before we get started? Otherwise, it's going to delay the entire process. All that.
What if they ignore you? What do you do?
It's fine, it doesn't tell.
That's fine. The next day again, the reminder comes back again.
Sorry?
Reminder comes back again. So the never happened to me though. If so, the sequence goes 3 days. No, sorry, nobody said to me though so far that they need legal team and it's going to take a week.
No,
Right?
I'm talking
Even
about-
Telstra didn't say that.
I mean, if some company, this is my brewing company,
Yeah.
company, I send a contract in there. They say no problem. I'll sign it tomorrow. Then tomorrow I have nothing. Then 2 days. Then I write an email.
They're trying to chase people, right?
Then I do this follow up. Let's follow up. Then it's I've been busy. I'll get it done over the weekend. Then I don't get anything. Then I don't want to rush. I don't want to push. Then I say something. I say, look, this is delaying the process. Can you make a sign and return to me latest by COB Monday?
Yeah.
Then I don't get anything. Then I just go away.
So what happens is now you can see it in this entire communication. The frame is controlled by other person, and there is one thing missing. Can somebody tell me what one thing is missing? One big thing is missing in this communication. Yeah, but one thing is missing, which I believe is called urgency. You haven't identified the urgency for those people to get things done. If they're engaging you for any task, there has to be an urgency for that. They want to get it done. You haven't looked at the pain. So mine is, I always look to the pain. What the pain is for not doing it. Because what happens is they can just take 100 years. They're going to get back to you whenever they want. You don't want to do that. You just keep chasing people for what? Right? So I think the discovery session or the phone call session, whenever you speak to somebody, before you get to the contract level, there has to be the urgency that you understand what they're looking to do. Right? So the first step is, if you can't get it done by this date, we won't be able to achieve their desired results. Yeah, by this time. So because you're now focusing on their desired results, they have some sort of urgency to follow up. If you keep just chasing up, can you sign it? Can you sign it? Can you sign it? They become alpha. They control it, right?
Then that lowers your own status.
Then they, yeah.
So, but this is so conflicting with whatever we've learned in the past. You follow up.
Oh, of course.
It's good.
Of course. It is conflicting.
Move there. It's such a conflicting theory.
Yes, but it happens like in this thing. People start taking you for granted.
Remember what I said earlier? Leave your learnings behind, right? Because this, what I'm going to teach, is completely different, and nobody
There's
teaches
no
it.
sales involved.
No sales, right? It's just the frame control. No sales here. We're talking framing. One thing you
Does
got.
this theory apply to everything if you want to do
If
that?
they're humans, that applies. If you're talking to sheeps, doesn't
I
apply.
mean, if there's an employee working the sales role for a company who wants to get more clients, this role.
Absolutely. Humans. Wherever there is an interaction between humans, frame control works.
Pretty much they would not know frame controls.
Yeah. Bring them here. We'll teach them everything. Yes. Did I say that to you guys? Sorry, I think I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention the referral program, right? Yeah, I did. Part of that was, it's a referral program. If you bring somebody in, I'll give you 10%. 10% off that.
It's still like what is the small?
Yes. No, no. This is not offered for external people. So only telling you guys, I'm not advertising only for one reason, because I want you guys to do it. Right? Referral is 10%. If they sign up for $10,000 course, 4,000, 5,000 for this, you get 500 straight away. Nothing, no question, nothing at all, straight away, 500. Or 4,000, 400 into your bank account straight away. Yeah? It's a referral program for this. If you bring people here and you want them to learn, I'll give you 10% referral. Yeah? 10%. Nobody gives 10%, man. Everybody gives like, yeah. I'm not building a house. Yeah. Sorry, let's look at it quickly. When you speak to somebody, you want to do this. Get them to fill your Google Forms. If you haven't been across Google Forms, start using it. Right? They send them forms and tell them to fill up. That's very important. So that you can actually get the insights, who they are, what they're doing, what they want to do. The reason is that's a market survey for you.
So at what stage? Sorry, what's the form for? There's different types of forms.
Is that the pen, the initial
Feedback
pen?
form?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, say it again.
Feedback form or?
No. That's the initial form when they engage your services, when they come and look at you, when they watch your webinar, when they come to your class. All that, when they physically come, don't give them the Google form. When they physically come, give them the printed out forms. When they physically come, don't give them the online stuff. So, one big rule, remember that. When people come online, give them online stuff. When people come physically, give them physical stuff. When people come online, they give them online stuff. When they come physically, give them physical stuff. I could have given you the books the other way around. I could have given you the form the other way around as well. Yeah? Like that. This is the main one, guys. Learn to say no. You need to learn to say no. You will get so many people asking you for stupid stuff all the time. You need to learn to say no. If you don't know how to say no, just practice. No. 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 So my rule is always this. If it's not hell yes, it's always no. Like if I see an opportunity and I say, hell yes, man, why I'm not going to do it? I'll do it. Hell yes. Then it's always no. It always no. When somebody comes, can you do this? No. Are you available? Nah. Can we catch up for coffee? Nah. Can I speak to you for 15 minutes? Nah. Sorry. Say no. Why? Because they're going to distract you from your actual work. What's more important? Your work, right? Not anybody else's work, your work. So you need to do your work, not anybody else's work. People are going to bring you problems. You know what we think? And I used to be one of those guys. I used to say, thank you, somebody came and asked me for advice. Let's catch up for coffee. And I gave them advice for free. All that. And even paid for their coffee as well. I did it for like 2-3 years. From 2015, I still remember I paid for so many coffees. People who asked me to come for coffee, and I paid for their coffees. And I caught up and gave all my advice. Then I was like, why? Why I'm doing this?
Because you enjoy it.
I think I needed that certainty in my life. I needed that significance. Right? So that was my thing. But I had to fix that for my internal stuff. That was my internal thing, needed to be fixed. If you don't offer that service, forward them to someone you know who can help them. Don't try to create it. If you don't offer it, just send them to somewhere else. A lot of people come to me saying, Jag, we need to know how to do investment in crypto. Can you teach us? I don't do that. I send people to somewhere else. Right? I don't do teaching on how to invest. I teach people, but not like fully investor type, right? I can't make you investor tomorrow. I'm not the guy.
So do you get a commission if you do referral like that?
I don't do that. I just send them to guy. You can do it either way, right? It's up to you. You do it. I'm not doing it. You can do it. Yes. Don't be yes man or woman. Yes man or woman rule doesn't work anymore. Don't be a yes guy or yes for everything. You don't need to learn more. You need to learn to how to ignore more. That's why the last one I put it on purpose. There is no more learnings, guys. If you think that you need to learn, you're going into that skill thing back. Remember what we talked about? Skill, marketing, product. You're going back into the skill mindset, that space. You don't need to learn more. Already learned a lot. Now is the time to find what market wants and give it to them. Do not learn anymore. Don't spend time in just going to the YouTube, trying to watch the videos, what other people are doing, all that sort of stuff. Waste of time. Yes, you need to feed your brain. Yes, you need to do that. Feed your brain with certain things. Yes, do that. But don't do that from the perspective that you need that learning to do something. You know, there is a starting position. You start from position, you just need to feed a brain. You need to listen to people. That's fine. Listen to people. Listen to what they're saying. Listen all the time. But don't stop yourself saying you need to learn before you do anything.
But that market research, is that part of the learning? Market research?
Yeah.
You said to,
There's asking questions. That's asking questions. That's asking questions. So you're not assuming anything. You're going and speaking to people. Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't assume stuff. You talk to people.
Also, I think what you said, like using data and all those things to keep up to date of what's
Yeah.
happening. So,
Yeah, do that. Do that kind of stuff. But don't waste too much time on it. If you have a problem, I had a problem with the Facebook that I was spending way too much time on Facebook. Right? So what I did is I downloaded a thing called Facebook page. So when you go on Facebook page, it's a one-way communication. You don't have a news feed. You don't have anything. You just put your stuff on it. That's it. And leave. You don't need to get to see anything. Right? People only see your stuff. So you talk like this. There's no lot of stuff coming towards you. Yeah?
except for the community group.
Yes.
That's typical.
You can talk on this group. Right? Cool? Alright. Before you guys leave now, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. When you're at that level, there's 3 ways you can grow your business. You probably have thought of that. You all think that we need more clients. We all need more clients. There are 3 things you need in the business setting, right? Let's talk about this. Number 1, you need clients. This is how you grow the business, whatever it is. Then you have transaction value. Then you have frequency. These 3 things you need to grow your business. We all focus on this. I need more clients. I need more clients. I need more clients. We all do that, right? But the 3 ways you do it this way. So let's look at this example. If you have 2 clients coming in and they're all paying $1,000 and the frequency is 1, they're buying just once, how much you made? 2,000, right? If I go back to the same clients and I say buy from me once again, how much you made? 2 more thousand, right? Now you made 4,000. Same number of clients, nothing changed, or you increase the value to 1,100. Right? Next time. So we all think we need to increase this, but we forget this bit and this bit. Does it make sense?
sales optimizer.
Yes. Cool? Look at the very quick example, right? Number of clients are 5. Average per sale is $1,000. Frequency is buy twice from you, right? $10,000. Let's increase it by 10%. We're just increasing everything by 10%. What is it? 5, 5.1, 1, 1.1, 2.1, and the total increase, whatever the number is coming up, if you want to calculate it, it makes to 33% increase. So look at this. I've only increased 10% my business, but my profit and revenue increased 33%. Can you see that?
Yeah.
We don't look at this way. We only look at that client way. Right? We want to increase the client and then we increase 10%. That's what we say. Let's increase 10% more clients so that our revenue can increase 10% more. But we forget that there is a way that average sale price, if I add 10 more percent into that, but also add the frequency of people buying from us as well, that what it means is that add 33%. Look at the 20%. The profit goes to 72.8%.
Now, frequency of repurchase,
Yeah.
which means also like getting different products, similar products.
Some-
Do the same thing.
Yeah, something else, upsell or downsell, something else, right? So, who are the people who most likely to buy from you?
People already
bought
bought
it.
The people who are already buying from you. They're the easy people to convert to because they have a trust.
Yeah.
Other people, you need to build trust. These people are already there. Right? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's very quickly look at it. Alright, so now we are right at the end of this 3-day workshop. Let's look at it very quickly before I get into that. How do you describe these 3 days? Eye-opening?
revelation.
Yeah? Cool.
I can personally see myself there living towards that side.
That's good. That's awesome. That's good. Look, guys, as I said earlier, I couldn't be more thankful for you guys to be here. Right? As they always say that, the saying is pretty famous that when the student is ready, master will appear. But that's sort of true the other way around as well. When the master is ready, the student will appear. Right? So I had it to do something in my own to be at that level so I can actually teach people. So there was a lot of things had to go through to get to this level. To tell you one more thing, I've never ran 3-day workshop. This is my first time running a 3-day workshop.
Intense, isn't it?
Well done.
Yeah?
Well done.
Thank you. So I've never ran 3-day workshop like this, and that was challenging, right? Doing all that, preparing the content, executing the content was full on, right? And I had the same thoughts as you probably be having it, that I can't do this, or there's so much stuff. What if? I had all that, right? But the fun is leaving that behind and going to the desired you, right? That is the fun. But once you do it, that's it, right? Now I can do it again and again, again and again, again and again. So if you recall that, the story I was telling on day one, all I wanted was a cricket bat. Life is still the same thing. All I wanted was a cricket bat. So I still remember the time when I was looked at it, that was my birthday, and I saw the package there, and I'm opening the package, trying to open the package, trying to open it, and what I see was nothing in the box. But I heard one thing, tick tick, tick tick, tick tick, tick tick, tick tick, at back of my head. And I found my cousin knocking my bat with hammer. Tick, tick tick, tick tick, tick tick, tick tick. And I couldn't have been more happier. All I wanted was a cricket bat. So, thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your company for the last 3 days. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again back here. As I said, you guys can come back anytime. For you guys, when I run in October, please come back. There's no cost. Come back if you want to refresh your mind. Please come back and see, right? And also, if I'm speaking at an event, if you want to see the art in action again, right? The art, if I say that. If you want to see that preview workshop action in again, come back. Bring your friends, and you know that all that referral thing, the money thing is also there. But not only the money, I would say, learn the art. Once you learn that,
Put on the lens.
put on the lens.
Yeah.
Now you can decode it.
Yeah.
Right? Firstly, you experienced it. You've gone through the process. Now I taught you everything. Now you can actually go back and look at it. Say, hang on. Oh, I know why he's doing this. I know what's going on. Now you become that observer on the side who can see things from the back lens. So you can execute yourself. Cool?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.